text I gave you, and you can see that the county records.
Okay, now we're on a different packet because,
Okay, I gave.
yeah, I got you, but,
You like to look at
okay,
that?
wait a minute, though, because there's, it's just, this is the packet, the Roberta packet over here, which has these other drawings that we're not
Let's
even,
use the one I got this evening.
that's this one, is that, this one right here?
Let's use this one. Is
That's what it's got.
it what it's got?
Yeah, that's what it's got.
Okay,
No, yes, okay, I'm looking at this packet,
okay.
yeah.
So what Kevin asked us is this a text amendment to the zoning map?
No, he didn't
No.
say anything about text amendment. He asked about amendments to the zoning map, right, but that's.
Hang on.
That's a different thing.
Just give me a minute because I just do not know what's happening right now. Huh. What is,
What's the issue, Deb? It actually looks
Yeah.
fine from my end,
I know.
except Kevin just dropped off.
Yeah, I can't get you back up. That's my problem.
Deal with that, Kevin, guys. I think it's the first one.
You taking my video back up? Is that all?
Yeah. It's really ridiculous.
I disagree.
The question is,
Actually, the whole, he's got a question of us. We're not actually.
yeah, we're not trying to answer that question.
Yeah, that's what you say.
No, but he,
Oh, there you are.
The whole point is-
Ah, here we go.
no, but
All
the
right.
only question is the one that's relevant tonight is the,
Okay.
is the merging of the lots.
All right, I think we're good now.
Proposed. The zoning thing comes after
No.
that. Yes, it does. It
Okay,
says
now
it
may I
right,
read the question in the record,
it
please?
says right there. An amendment to the zoning map may be sought by the owner. We don't know that he's gonna do that. We
I'm gonna
don't,
help you understand that.
no,
yeah.
but I can read,
Okay.
okay? I don't need your assistance in that.
all right.
Interpretation, yes. Reading, no. I know what may means. May means not shall or will. Why isn't the thing that Kevin's asking us simple to answer?
Are we back
Is this,
recording?
it's a rhetorical question. Is isn't he saying, okay,
Deb, are we back
I'm
recording?
not
Yes.
doing
Okay, is Kevin present?
it. Excuse me, I'm not doing, you're interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Kevin is not in, and I,
He's gonna be hard to get back, huh?
well, he was there, but he's, I'm gonna text him again.
I won't ask my question. I'll wait.
While we're waiting for Kevin, can I ask a question?
No. Yes, go ahead. We're not supposed to, but go ahead, Ken. Fire away. What's your question?
It's, I suppose it's not really a question, just a clarification.
But you
And
said
we
you
can
were gonna
ask.
ask a question. Okay, Ken, go ahead.
We can get further clarification from Kevin when he's returns, but I just wanted to say for George's benefit, I think George was asking what the seals mean on the documents. The seal on the plat is a seal from a surveyor. The seal on the architectural drawings is a seal from an architect. I don't believe any of those has a seal from the county.
But it says that it's recorded in the deed book, doesn't it?
It actually doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
There's no language that says.
Says it right there.
Proposed mergers.
Where did
Right
that,
here.
no,
I don't see the word recorded anywhere in there. That's my problem with it.
right, okay, but look. Where did that come from?
Well, it's a good question, but
Okay, it means that it's recorded in the deed book, right?
I mean,
It's recorded in the deed book.
I thought that's what Kevin said, that this was the county stamp.
There's no stamp there,
Well,
but it
yeah.
says that it's recorded in the deed book. Doesn't that,
That's what Kevin said, just,
Yeah.
I asked him that question. Kevin, I asked Kevin that question, and he said that thing in the lower right-hand corner was the county's.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I heard the same answer. We just have to ask him again what he meant by
You
that.
don't think it's, I mean, you don't think it is recorded?
Tim, you might be right that the plat itself is recorded and the architectural drawings may be recorded, but I don't see indication that the architectural drawings are recorded. But I don't know that that matters to us. What I do want to point out is that it says
Okay,
the plat says
We gotta
showing
get Kevin back.
proposed mergers.
We gotta get Kevin back,
Why?
because he's gonna tell us that, he's gonna give us
His
his.
question is this. Quote, does the merging of these lots have to be approved by PC before proposed addition is to be approved for instruction?
And the answer to that question though, Jim, has to be that if we're gonna approve it, we have to have the plat, and that's why we're on the plat. So we gotta give our okay to the plat.
We could just move to approve the merging of the lots. So Mr. Velez could take his son and make it bigger, put a handicap accessible toilet in there, and he could have his in-laws in his house. Again, we're public servants, we'd be bureaucrats.
I'm gonna call him because he's having trouble
Can you
getting
see
in.
this right here?
That sounds like a good
You
argument
have
to
to
me.
review it for that, and I'm gonna tell you that I agree with you. We don't need to be here.
That sounds like a good argument.
We don't need to what?
We don't need to be here.
Alright, I'm gonna call him
That's not what we're looking at.
because
We're not looking at a final plat and a plat. We're not looking at that tonight.
Maybe we don't even need to, all we have to do
No,
is.
we're looking at it
so Kevin's on the phone now.
tonight. Okay.
Kevin, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, we have a question about, you're asking us, he's got 3 lots and he's gonna combine them into 1 lot. And you're asking us, is that okay, right? And we want it, and so, can you tell us about so he's done it, in your opinion, he's done the preliminary survey and the final survey, right? He's gone.
Kevin. Kevin, are you with us?
No.
I heard a beep beep about 10 seconds ago.
The
Are you in town?
technology doesn't want to get that.
Are you in town?
No,
Yes,
it's just that he doesn't have, he doesn't have an iPhone, so I can't communicate with him very well on my iPhone because of the Wi-Fi,
Thank you for trying.
so.
I know it's like technology.
I got it. Are we on the record now?
Yes.
I got a real simple question. He's talking about combining 3 lots in order to build that granny shaft, the sun porch, right? It only seems to be stretching over 2 lots. Why is it necessary to build that, to combine 3 in order to make that? If you look at the, can I get that back?
That's not what we're looking at tonight. That's not what we're looking at tonight.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
basic question. Can I have my sheet back? I could put it at the 2 here. This is what, look at this. Here's what he wants to build. And I can see his issue with straddling 14 and 15. Cool. Why is he adding 13 to that? I mean, this is just the point. We just said that Mr. Belize wants to combine all these 3 lots so that he can build the thing that's yellow. Well, I don't get it. 14 and 15 I do. This is an existing structure. And that's not the issue. So I don't see, I mean, maybe the man can do it. It's good for him, but
Well, it's all his.
it's all his. But I mean, I don't get, the idea is, let me combine all 3 so I can begin building this thing here. I don't, you understand that?
I don't, but it doesn't, I don't think it's relevant.
We
Okay.
could tonight,
This is mine.
No.
We'll aim for that. Hang on, let's try it.
this is dysfunction.
Yeah, there's,
It's way dysfunctional. It's the worst I've seen in my 72 years on this planet.
Well,
You cannot go from A to B on anything.
we've got a technology issue, Jim.
No, it's not technology. he's not technology.
So, you haven't been through work and you haven't,
No, I've been,
72
It
years.
isn't just technology, George.
Yeah, but I mean, it's,
It's not just
have some
technology.
patience here. We're trying to get this guy back.
can I make a statement?
Sure, go for it.
And people listen. He wants to know if we need to approve the merge of the 3 lots.
Right.
We could vote right now to merge the 3 lots, so this poor guy could have his in-law suite and his home.
Yep.
Again, we're public servants, and we're not doing our job for the residents of this town.
I think we could do that.
We can do it.
Let's see,
Sure.
can we just get Kevin's?
I'm not dying of a heart attack here.
I mean, I think you're onto something there, Jim, but
I think if you do a round.
let's
table,
just- let's just,
like we had before,
let's
it would
just
be pretty well.
see if we can get Kevin back on here. And see, because
It's taken a while, but I'm not missing a TV show, you know, I don't know about you, but
I'm just getting this list. I don't know why.
I'd like to make a motion.
I'm sorry, I'm out of office.
I move that we approve merging of the lots for Mr. Velaz.
I second it.
let's see. Sorry,
Would like to have discussion?
Mr. Williams, discussion is possible action.
Okay, discussion, go ahead. I'll just speak first.
Okay, so we're going to currently, again, in absence of Kevin being here, but basically what Kevin asked us to look at was to understand if the merger of the lots created a zoning map amendment. It did
No.
not. Ask them.
He did not ask us that.
Excuse me.
I just read,
Excuse me?
I think so.
I need to correct
I
you.
just read this question too.
I'm gonna read the whole thing.
Okay, I've got it right here. He did not ask that question. There are
I
two
believe you're out
separate,
of order.
pardon me?
I believe you're out of order.
No, I'm not out of order. I mean, I'm taking the floor back to correct a mistake that you made. Okay? He did not ask that question. He says two things. May I read it from the email? My question is, his property consists of 3 lots, 13, 15, and 15, which he had combined into 1 lot. The attached survey plat shows the proposed merge of these 3 lots. The addition would be built on lots 13 and 14. Here's the question. Does the merging of these lots have to be approved by the PC before the proposed addition is to be approved by the Constitution, by the construction? That is question number 1, and a completely separate thing from what he asks later, which is the owner may do something. So there is no, that's his question.
What's the second question?
It isn't actually a question.
There's no other
It
question.
says it's a statement. It says an amendment to the zoning map may be sought by an owner of the property within the town by submitting the proposed amendment on approved application form to the planning commission. That's a separate act entirely. And we don't know if he's going to do that or not. Mr. Hamilton is simply asking us one question. Can the owner can he merge his property into 1 lot? To which we should say yes.
I think that's clear.
And go on to the next thing, in my opinion. Secretary Curry.
Okay, so we answered question number 1, as you proposed it from Kevin's email. The answer to that question, I want to have some time, please, so please respect me and not
I
interrupt.
will if you speak the truth.
This is subjective, but.
It is, truth
So,
is,
okay.
yeah. Okay, yes, oh,
I apologize.
okay, all right. I apologize. Secretary Curry, you have the floor.
Thank you, President Rice-Carver, Alderman Curry. The answer to that question is no, because the lots 12, 13 through 17 are under 1 ownership, and the owner owns all 3 of those lots. If he wants to build an addition on any portion of all the lots that he owns, he doesn't need to be before us, okay? We don't have jurisdiction. It goes right to permitting, it goes right to BZA. So we don't have any ruling over he's actually subdividing the lots. He's not merging the lots. Right now.
Okay, I'm confused. I just want to see, I want to understand your point. I'm really trying to get it. Okay, so he's doing something that he says he's
Doesn't need to be done.
what is he doing?
He is basically taking all of his lots.
How many lots does he have?
He has, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 5 lots, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots. He
Six,
has 6 platted lots as his legal description.
where do you,
And if he wants to build
Where do
in
you
the
see
middle
this?
of those lots,
where do you see the 6 lot? Oh, where are the 6 lots?
we have no jurisdiction over what's going to happen.
We could approve the merger as Kevin Hamilton asked us to do. And we could move forward on it right now.
They're not merging the lots. He's not merging.
I'm not even seeing the 6
He's
lots.
splitting the lots off.
Is
So
Kevin
we
there?
have no jurisdiction.
Is Kevin there? What do you mean we have? Okay.
He's
Well,
making new
If we have no
lots.
jurisdiction, why don't we just say yes, and what does it matter?
Because we have no jurisdiction to say yes.
Your point.
Why? I didn't even see that. I don't even see the 6 lots you're talking
It's
about.
a simple question, guys.
I know,
It's a very simple question.
it is, but people don't see it that way.
I see that right.
I know you do, Well, okay. Oh, I see where this is. You're saying that, oh, I see now. You have to look at Roberta's thing where she's got lots 13, 14, and 15, and lots 16 and 17. So what difference does it make? In lot 12,
Correct,
what difference does it make?
correct, sir.
So the answer to, pardon me,
No,
we
you didn't
should
say-
ask for the floor whenever we speak.
Yes, go.
So
Thank
the
you for
answer to
reminding me.
Kevin's
Yes,
question
you have the
is,
floor, yeah.
thank you very much. So the answer to Kevin's question is, no. We don't, they do not have to be approved by the PC.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
There we go. So, you know,
Okay.
our business is done.
Can we move forward?
Yes, okay, but withdraw your motion.
Okay, withdraw my motion.
I think that's it, okay.
Very good point.
All right, we got a motion.
Mr. Velez,
Yes.
Sir, can you make a point of asking for the floor?
Oh, you said, come on, George. Stop it.
No,
All right, okay, yeah, Jim, go ahead.
it's not the George. Mr. Velez is simply trying to enlarge his sunroom, put a handicap toilet, so he can have his in-laws stay in his home. And to do that, he has to make an adjustment to his lots. They're his lots. We are public servants. We're standing in the way of a person trying to accommodate in-laws in their own home, and I assume they're handicapped.
Jim, if we just
I
simply,
mean, that's not,
excuse me,
I think all we have to
Jim has
do
the floor.
is approve the zoning compliance permit application, and we can move forward. That's all we have to do.
But we don't have that.
It's right here on the screen.
What? Zoning?
It's the last tab.
that's not, we don't have jurisdiction, Jim. That goes right to permitting and the
Let's
DPA.
ask for the floor, please.
I'm sorry. I have the floor, please.
Yes. You ready? Go ahead.
And Jim, we don't approve the zoning application. It's a permit now. It goes right to the permitting. It goes right to the DBA if he's gonna ask for any
I
variance.
think she's right.
Or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't, all we have to do, I think, to get him going, right, to get it going is to just say, what we said before that, how did we put it?
No,
Yeah, my question, well, the property,
All laws are in single ownership.
is his property, which he combined.
Why do we put it on our agenda as a meeting?
Well, I put it on there because Kevin said it to me. And I didn't know enough not to put it on there, or, you know, I mean, I didn't know what to do other than put it on there. Oh, does the merging of these lots have to be approved by the PC? Okay, so why can't we just say, motion to, the merging of these lots does not have to be approved by the PC before the proposed addition is to be,
Right.
okay? So we need a motion to do that, right?
Why don't-
No.
why not?
If we agree that if this isn't up before us, we just say that the question before us, we've answered him, the answer is no. We don't have to have any action, do we?
Yes,
And may I correct, the word is not merging, he's not merging the law. He's.
Whatever, okay.
we were doing fine.
Mr. Weiscover, make the motion.
No, I don't even know what the motion is anymore.
Sure.
It does emerging? Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Try.
Okay, I'll try and make it as few words as possible. The owner of lots 13, 14, and 15 does not require PC approval before the proposed addition is to be approved for construction.
Second.
Second. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's call him.
Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill,
Aye. Aye.
Mr. Owens,
Aye.
Mr. Robert E. Curry,
Aye.
Mr. Mayhew, Mr. Weiscarver,
Aye.
Mr. Jenkins votes aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we're now on. We got something done. Okay, the last item of business is the discussion, and I wanted to say something briefly about that before we start. This is where we talk about things that we're concerned about. And I wanted to bring up something that's concerning to me, and that I wanted to make clear, and that is how agenda requests work. Particularly an agenda request that is refused. And I've had to refuse quite a few agenda requests. So my obligation is to act according to the law, of course. But I am obliged to notify the people that made agenda requests my reasons for rejecting the agenda request. And the agenda request, that can be overruled. And the way it's overruled is that it appears in the discussion in the beginning of the meeting about the agenda. So if somebody were to want to overrule that, they would have to bring that up in that portion of the meeting, and they would have to secure a majority in their favor to overrule that, which would mean that if that happened, that would be compelled to appear on the next agenda. They can't appear on this one, but it would be put on the next one. If it's not, if somebody just simply makes an agenda request verbally in a meeting, that's not sufficient. An agenda request to appear, for something to appear on the agenda, has to be submitted in writing. It's insufficient to just ask that it be added to the meeting. Just because you ask doesn't mean that it has to be in writing. Okay, so that's another thing. And the other thing, I have a question to Mr. Dill, if I might. Mr. Dill, would you be willing to answer a question?
Depends what
Is
the
he
question
gone?
is. Go ahead.
Yes. Would you be willing to take the minutes for a meeting as somebody other than Miss Mead Curry or myself? Would you be willing to do that?
I have to ask why.
As somebody that's not me, I think that you've expressed concern about the accuracy of minutes, and the minutes can be taken, the meeting can be taken by anybody. Anybody can take the minutes. And Miss Mead Curry has problem taking minutes, and I have problem taking minutes, and I'm wondering if I could prevail upon you to take the minutes for this meeting.
I got to say, I disagree that of your opinion that Roberta has difficulty taking minutes. But I'm not opposed to, in general, to taking minutes or drafting them for someone.
Okay,
For
well,
helping
why
with
don't
that.
why don't you prepare the draft minutes for this meeting?
Before I do that, I would like to hear from Roberta if she wants to give me that opinion in the meeting or later. That's fine.
But you'll do it.
I will think about it.
You'll think about it. Well, we'd like to, it would help if we knew before the meeting ended Whether you think you could give us an opinion before the meeting ended? I'm not trying to trap you. I'm just trying to get somebody to take the minutes. That's not Miss Mead Curry or myself, despite what you might think of her minutes or mine.
I'm curious why you're trying to sideline someone from the role that they've been elected to.
Well, would you really want me to answer that?
I'm not sure that I want the answer. What I'd rather do is just vote on the minutes that the secretary has presented.
Well, that didn't happen this time. And if the minutes presented to me look reasonable, I'll put them forward.
Were they substantively different than what you
Yes, there was
drafted?
mistakes. There were substantive mistakes and things that weren't included and opinions. The minutes are to be action minutes. They are to be not include opinions of what people thought, but of what was taking place. And this meeting, it would be pretty easy because there was only a couple of things that actually took place. And you would report on those. I mean, your minutes could be rejected. I mean, I don't guarantee I'm gonna like them, but it might be a way to get the minutes through. What do you say? You've often voiced your opinion about cooperating, and maybe this is a way you can help us.
I just think that there's some ulterior motivation for trying to sideline someone from their duties.
No, there's no ulterior motivation. Anybody can take the minutes. I can ask anybody to take the minute. Anybody can submit minutes. Doesn't have to be the secretary, but right now the secretary and all of you are, the three of you at least, are don't approve of the minutes that I took, and there are three of us that don't approve of the minutes that Roberta took. So
If tonight we had just had a simple up-down vote on your minutes and her minutes, then we would have had some
that's
answers.
exactly what we did. We voted up down on the minutes that I submitted, and they didn't pass.
But we
That's
didn't vote on
exactly
the
what
other
we did.
minutes.
What?
We did not vote on the other minutes.
No, we didn't, because they weren't on the agenda, Mr. Dill. If they were on the agenda, we would, we
They-
don't
they
want
were
like
on the
four
agenda.
sets. We don't, the other minutes, there were 4 versions of them at various times and lots of mistakes in them, number one, but that's a separate thing. We don't want to have 3 sets of minutes, competing minutes, do we? Does that make sense to you that we have 5 sets of minutes for a meeting? Does that make sense to you?
No, that should not happen. There
Okay.
should have only
So
been
if
one set, and it
that's what
should have
I'm
been the
trying to do.
secretary's
Maybe
set.
you would like to, maybe you would like to draft the minutes for this meeting. Let's see how it goes.
Has to be recognized.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, you don't.
The secretary should draft the meetings.
All right, so I'm done with what I had to say. We're still in this part of discussion. Mr. Owens.
I don't want to discuss minutes anymore.
Okay.
I wish that, we'd examine, like in a regular meeting, handed out your copies of secretary's minutes, and if there's an inaccuracy, I got a pencil, circle it. You got an inaccuracy, she got a copy there. If you'd like to take it and point out inaccuracies, you show me. But
You found it.
we waste too much time on this nonsense.
You found it.
I found one, and
No, more than one, a significant one.
I found one, and
Okay,
I told her
there are
that.
more than one.
But
For example, including discussions that took place before the meeting.
I recognized here.
You're not calling for order here. I'm the one that's in charge of this meeting, not you.
If you really want to get
Okay,
into
go ahead.
this,
Go ahead.
let's take a look at her meetings for September and send it around the table. And then you point out to us what's inaccurate. And then I get it. But I tell you the truth, I'm tired of this nonsense. And I'd like to move that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.
Don't we have to have a vote?
I don't think so.
No, not for adjournment.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.
I guess.
Thank you. Good night. Good motion, George.
I'm gonna take a look at her.